Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce, another college football Saturday video for you. And we're taking a trip to the Big 12. Baylor, Kansas State. Good game here. Let's dive in.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, Wildcats on the road at Baylor here. Line is Baylor minus 3.5. Early action's pretty even here. 52% of the money on Baylor. This is as of Monday morning. Check this out, though. You want to see some reverse line movement at its finest. So the books continue to take Baylor action all week, but the line is dropping. It goes from Baylor minus 3.5 to 3. We're now looking at Baylor minus 2.5. You know what that means.
It's a trap.
Nope, not today, books. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Baylor minus 0.82. So that's like a solid 2-point lean on Kansas State, 8.5, maybe very slight lean on Kansas State. So let's break down this matchup, and we'll start with Baylor's defense, because honestly, this has got to be the toughest unit to handicap in the entire Big 12. On paper, they look like a top 25 defense, right? I mean, they're second in the Big 12, second only to Iowa State, one of the best defenses in the country. And if you look at their schedule, you can find some badass performances from this defense. They went on the road to Texas Tech, held the Red Raiders offense to just 308 yards. If you've been watching Texas Tech football, you know that's impressive as hell. Baylor also held Kansas high-powered offense to just 288 yards. Granted, they played that game without Jalen Daniels. They had the backup quarterback in, but that kid Beaton is still pretty good, and they held him to 288 yards. That's a shutdown. But then what the hell are we supposed to think about the West Virginia game or the Oklahoma game? Both games, Baylor allowed 500 yards of offense. I mean, shit, man, even the Oklahoma State game, the defense was struggling. So, I mean, sometimes Baylor's defense looks top 10, and then other times they look like they can't make a single stop. I spent like 20 whole minutes going through these games trying to find some kind of pattern, and it's really random. I really couldn't find much. One thing was clear: if you're able to run the ball on Baylor, that should throw the whole defense off. That's the only consistency I really found in these games. If you can establish the run, Baylor's defense will struggle. Anyone want to venture a guess at who the most efficient rushing team in the Big 12 is? Yep, if you said Kansas State, you're correct. Averaging 5.5 yards per carry and 207.5 rushing yards per game in conference play. Sheesh. Actually, did you know that the 3 remaining games on Baylor's schedule are the 3 teams that are the top rated offenses in the Big 12? It goes first TCU, second Kansas State, third Texas. Those are the 3 games the 3 teams in the Big 12 Baylor hasn't played yet. They played 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Baylor's 5th. So they've played all the worst offenses in the Big 12. So yeah, Baylor's defense may be ranked 2nd in the Big 12. It looks good. But they haven't played any of the elite offenses in the Big 12 yet. So these next few weeks are really going to show us what Baylor's defense is truly made of. I personally think Kansas State is going to score points in this game. I mean, we really haven't seen any defense be able to stop this Kansas State offense yet. I mean, even on the road at Iowa State is a far better defense than Baylor. And still Kansas State had 388 yards of offense. So I really think Kansas State's going to put up a big number in this game. The question is, on the other side of the ball, can Kansas State defense make stops on Blake Shapen and the Baylor offense? And I think the answer is yeah. I mean, this won't be a shutdown performance, but did you know Kansas State's defense is actually 9th in the country in BFEI? You wouldn't know that, but they actually analytically are one of the best defenses in the country. And if you look through Kansas State's schedule, there's only 2 games where the defense really struggled to make stops. That was against TCU and Texas, 2 of the top offenses in the country. In fact, I believe they're ranked 11th and 12th in the entire FBS. Baylor's offense is pretty good, but it's nowhere near TCU or Texas. I think Kansas State's defense is going to do well too. Bottom line, I think Baylor's defense is going to get exposed in the next few weeks. I'm not the hugest Kansas State guy. I'm not an Adrian Martinez fan, but the numbers don't lie. We can't deny what we've seen from them this year. They're a solid football team. They play good defense, and they move the chains in the run game. So I'm rocking with the Wildcats here. I'm fading the world. I'm not falling for the trap. Give me Kansas State plus 2.5. Lock it in. If anything changes with this bet, I'll let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets that I do, which is like bet of the day, top 7 bets, parlays of the day, underdogs of the day, that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College Football Saturday is here. Let's have ourselves a good one, reel in some units. Remember to bet responsibly, and I will talk to you on Twitter.